Well, hello my beautiful Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2026. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your yearly reading for 2026. I really can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. Happy New Year, beautiful souls. We made it to 2026, and what a ride it has truly been so far. Now, I will take it month by month for your yearly reading, and of course, I will clarify anything further with this deck here as well. But let's just say at the very core of you, a gut level knowingness, you may have been feeling like the world is different somehow. People are different, you are certainly different, and on the precipice of something monumental. Something you've been trying to make sense of all along. Now, something has, not been what it seemed, and the bubble of illusion finally burst this year to reveal the truth of what will no longer be tolerated. A mass awakening. Of course, 2025 revealed to you what and who was not resonating with the authenticity of your soul vibration. So consider 2026 a renaissance of sorts, signaling the transition between two very distinct eras, both personally and globally. Now, astrologically, this year is significantly transformative. 2026 will be one of the most notable years of our lives, with a revolutionary flavor, a reset button. We have officially entered a #1 year vibrationally. Desire for personal happiness, independence, prosperity, of course, adventure, and spontaneity will echo through the very core of your soul this year, with a notable intention to strike out differently. So many incredible opportunities will be made available to you as well, and you'll experience so many firsts this year. Venus and Mars in the sign of Capricorn sets the year off to a fantastic start, an invitation to take deliberate action, reignite that spark, set your soul ablaze with passion, and by taking a first step, cultivating perseverance, you follow your heart, you hit your personal targets and aspire to the finer things in life. Now, this new chapter actually embraces the new version of you, but this year it hits different. This is your comeback era, taking back your life, reclaiming your power. I mean, look at your January energy. This is definitely you reclaiming your power right there. You are in activation mode, that go-getting spirit there, of course. Now, as I said, this is a grounded in the #1 year vibration. So you do not seek this year, you attract. A magnetic force to be reckoned with. You feel it in your soul. Something big is happening. And this is where you rise and dial up the success levels on all that you are dedicated and focused on. Now, of course, Jupiter's retrograde plays a significant role at the beginning of 2026, encouraging you to revisit anything incomplete, to really finish what you started, double down on anything in motion, and even contemplate something bold, daring, and new. Now, Jupiter wants you to benefit from all your hard work, and it is keeping score. But major rewards cannot be fully realized until it moves direct in March, and that's when Jupiter increases the auspicious outcomes for the rest of the year ahead. A perfect time to meet your soulmate too if you are hoping to find your person, or even rekindle that spark in your current relationship. Now, astrologically, we've been teetering on the precipice of change for some time, especially on a global scale, and I almost don't want to delve into the 2026 energy globally, as it will be a chaotic road ahead, especially during February to April, and of course eclipse seasons. And we have heavyweight planets like Pluto, your ruling planet there, lock fully into Aquarius until 2043. Neptune locks into Aries until 2039. And of course, Uranus returns to Gemini and locks fully in until 2033. This year's lineup should be taken seriously as those planets tend to align during historical revolutions. So, there'll even be a revolution within yourself during that energy. All change, I would say, this year for you. But of course, these historical revolutions and tech innovations as well as conflict appear during these alignments. Saturn and Neptune have been conjunct before, of course, but never recorded at 0 degrees Aries. So this is monumental. This conjunction has collapsed empires in the past, triggered civil wars. In fact, when we look back historically, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus tend to trigger uprisings like the Civil Rights Movement and the American Revolution. Now, I'm not saying that we will experience similar events, but it's always interesting to research revolutions that took place during these type of alignments, just to indicate what we might have in store. And of course, 0 degrees Aries, an emergence of something brewing, a new era birthing something radically different from what we are used to, of course. New leaderships, power shifts, new currencies, new communication systems, and tech innovations that advance humanity. In order to build anew, one must abandon the old. And 0 degrees Aries, it will keep us guessing which way humanity pivots, but Pluto in Aquarius will endeavor to give the power back to the people. How we move forward collectively with that is totally up to us. Now, as with anything, there might be some glitches when we embark on new things as we switch over to new systems. Power grids overload with upgrades this year may trigger more power outages, communication system errors, and internet disruptions than usual as systems try to adjust. And new regulations in the travel industry, of course, will be implemented in certain countries in the name of sustainability. The fire horse really comes out to play from February, reinforcing that rebellious flavor. And a wild horse, it cannot be cajoled into something it does not favor. It bucks trends and retains independence. So on a personal level, these cosmic ingredients actually help you remain curious, adventurous, to really challenge yourself, try radically new approaches. A chance to stand firm in your beliefs as well as offering an opportunity to reinvent or revamp in some way. Now, this is also a time where, the energies encourage you to lean into your inner rebel and rewild. A very auspicious year ahead, personally, offering you good luck and a chance to change your fortune. Things are shifting, especially in terms of physical landscapes, but the Earth itself is also transforming. So we'll see more heightened seismic activity, even in areas not prone to it. But the Ring of Fire will, as usual, elevate in seismic activity from the Bay of Bengal right round to the South Pacific Ocean, triggering water activity after large Earth events. Now, notable hotspots will continue to be Turkey, Russia, and of course, Japan. I also see Taiwan there as well as Indonesia, so something to be mindful of. And of course, large volcanoes that have lain dormant for decades, even centuries, will become active again. And unfortunately, this extreme weather that we're having will only increase. Unusually large storms, maybe even a couple together, flooding, tornadoes, and even in unusual places, even fire tornadoes. I mean, these will hit the headlines. I don't want that to happen, of course, but this is something I see for 2026. And tangible assets like silver will be at the forefront of the news due to industry development and, of course, economically. Challenges will continue there, but in order to come out the other side positively, we must go through. And Neptune and Pluto continue to gang up on public figures as well to expose those who are up to no good. We saw a lot of that going on in 2025, as I mentioned there in my previous yearly predictions there, but it's time to drain the swamp. Ultimately, this year it offers you a maverick shift to do something radically different, to plot twist if old ways are just not working for you anymore. The North Node already forced you to look at what you have been tolerating that has caused you pain, sadness, or even hardship. So with a smile in your heart, this is the year to leave it in the dust as you gallop off to be free and take a walk on the wild side. Because, of course, 2026 is your year to just go for it. The universe has your back to be successful in all that you dedicate yourself to, and in this very act of doing, you reclaim yourself, your sovereignty, your power, and 2026 will be the year to remember as you transcend all that tried to limit you and you awaken to live your best life. So let's look at your cards and see what is going on for you month by month. I mean, you're getting the year off to a very passionate start. You're, in that forward motion energy. Your first card is Ignition Fire. It's all systems go, my beautiful Scorpio. You're passionate. You're tapping into that spark that perhaps has been missing over the last couple of years. You may have felt that you've been recalibrating, trying to figure things out, maybe having lots of new ideas and getting things set up so that you can launch this brand new you. I feel this is a great month for you to, launch new ideas, new business aspects, or even just go for something. In terms of your money, I would say with this Ignition Fire, I feel like you're trying not to burn through too much of it. This could be a sustainable month for you when it comes to your money there. But in terms of your energy, this is number 8. I love number 8. In fact, it's one of my favorite numbers. 8 is infinity, having, all the resources at your disposal to go after your visions and have more energy than usual. Of course, number 8 is also connected to wealth, okay? So I definitely see here that you are maybe going to do something where you live your passion and make money from it, but ultimately this is about your spirit. It's about your drive forward, not overthinking a situation. It's about you being instinctive and, now is the time to innovate and take action. Be that lighthouse for others because you influence and also you inspire others, but ultimately I feel like, you're learning more about yourself in the month of January there. I just feel like you're in action mode, and I feel that, you are setting your soul ablaze to focus on your plans. I feel like you're tapping into your inner compass there. I feel like you've been trying to work out where you belong, and you've done a lot of ruminating over the last couple of years, and I feel a lot of you may have even got stuck in your head or got weighed down with all those deep and sometimes very intrusive thoughts. And I feel like you're throwing caution to the wind this year a little bit, you know what, I just want to get busy. I just want to get excited about things again. And I feel a lot of you are going to be in project mode, so you're going to be back to work. If you're in a career, this is a great month to get ahead, and with that fire in your soul, I feel like you're embarking on new adventures and new ways of doing things. And I feel like you're facing the future with positivity, to see it as a blank canvas that you can just strike out. And it's like you're in a mode where it's like, where will Scorpio strike next? I feel like you're just, excitedly having the energy to make sure that this year is different somehow. Now, of course, ignition, it indicates the start of something. So this is, of course, the start of your passions and energy. So a lot of you could try new things this year, but I definitely see that there's a structure that perhaps you've already got in place, but now you're moving forward with it. And I feel like you're focused on your future, your destiny, and maybe even plot pointing exciting things to do for your future. I feel this could be you putting things in your diary, like events and planning, and, maybe even having some sort of planning or structure that actually reduces stress, because there's a lot of fire here. So that tells me there's a lot of energy, but I feel that you're not being overwhelmed by it. It just feels like you got stuff to do and you're doing it. I mean, 8 is a strength card number, so this tells me that you're vigilant. It means you're creative, you're productive, and you're having the courage of heart to release that beast within to just go get it and be more active. So I definitely see a lot of you, you could be reigniting your activities in terms of your hobbies, but also it can be that, you're joining the gym or you're getting more active. If you don't like gyms, for example, I'm not a fan, but I'm aware that they are, great places to integrate as well as be active. But some of you, if your gym membership has lapsed, you may reinstate it, or you may actually just decide to get 10,000 steps a day or have some sort of goal to be a little bit more active in your community. Ultimately, you're getting busy doing in the month of January, and it is all systems go there. And I feel a lot of you may be excited to explore new landscapes this year, and it really starts with an intention in January. So whilst everybody else is kind of ruminating on things and plot pointing, I feel like you've got the plan ready to go. I mean, you're in action mode, decluttering, detoxifying, big cycles happening there for you, building on foundations, just being inspired and not allowing life to get you down. It may have chipped away at you in 2025 and you're exhausted, but this is literally your comeback year, okay? And you're starting strong in the month of January there. And let's see what else is to clarify it. I mean, you know, as I mentioned there, number 8 is a strength card, and you got the strength card. So this is that inner roar coming to the fore. You're tenacious, you are unstoppable, and you are not chasing your dreams, because I feel like you are a magnet. I feel like you are attracting. Even your end card there is magnetism. So I really feel that you end the year on a high, acknowledging that you manifested a lot and that actually you stood in your power, took up more space, and commanded the energies rather than allow the energies to overwhelm you, which may have happened in previous years there. So we got maturity. So this can be that you're building on plans that you have. It can be that you're finishing what you've started, returning to things that need to be prioritized, but also, you know, the strength card is about power. This is a very powerful year for you to go out and happen to life rather than it just happening to you. And of course, we've got the judgment card there. So this is your higher calling. You feel called to do something and you're excited about it. You're moving ahead, no excuses, no roadblocks. It just feels like you are deliberately putting one foot in front of the other and you're driven, okay? You're focused. And, you know, with the Saturn there, all those people there are looking at the rings of Saturn. So this can be that you are structured. You have a structure, but also you're not afraid to play with it. So you're serious about your goals, whatever they may be. I feel like you're disciplined with your time. And of course, when you apply these cards to like your dreams, it means that you have a vision and you are moving towards them. And of course, in terms of career, this is a great time to get back to work or get back in the fray, be excited, approach things in a new way. I mean, there could even be some advancement opportunities in the month of January there for you. And if you're currently looking for a job there, I definitely see that January is the month to get moving and be inspired and actually find a dream opportunity that you're excited about. Ignition is the start, okay? And of course, in terms of love, a lot of you, there could be this integration moment where there is chemistry between you and a person. I'm very excited about this card. But also with the higher calling, it means this year has meaning, okay? It feels very much like you are wanting to have conversations that are true, honest, and not on the surface. You want to go deep this year, and you're not allowing anyone to say that you're too this, too much, too intense, you're like, now is the time to innovate and be intense. Now is the time to set structures in motion to fly. So I feel like you're kicking the year into touch straight away there, and I feel there is a lot going on that you should be excited about. And also a lot of you, there may be these new money-making ideas or these new things you want to embrace, because ignition is the start. You know, I feel like you've promised yourself to perhaps try new things or start new things, and maybe you just haven't had time or life was just busy and it was really hard. But this year, you're standing true to your word. You're making a lot of declarations, because 8 is the number of the self. So it means that you're prioritizing your own needs there, and you're called to do something that's been whispering from the sidelines. So I feel like you're just going to do it. Very productive energy, very creative energy. And I feel like this is like the genesis, the rebirth. It's like you kind of like, well, it's pretty much this card here, really. It's like you rising up from the ashes, the phoenix, where things have been challenging and things have been overwhelming and you may have struggled and been exhausted, but this year it's just different and you just feel the start. It is a number 1 vibration year, and that is your energy where you're kick-starting and you're on the move. Okay, so I really feel like you're embracing the fire horse energy, even though it doesn't happen until February there. I feel like you're just feeling the vibes that this year really is going to hit different for you, and you're there for it. And I feel that there's a lot of excitement around January there. Could also be a bit of travel going on, but I feel like there's an energy, I mean, there's some stars in the background. So I feel a lot of you are focused on your finances, and it can be that you're thinking of new money-making ideas, but also this will connect a lot to your talents, your gifts. I feel this is about you honoring those talents that you've been given. And some of you may even like return to a talent or a gift that you have and realize that actually you could make this like a dream job opportunity and you could make money, because whenever you have stars like that, they connect to the pentacles. So I feel this is about you maybe being stricter with your finances. You know, we have the as I said, the Strength card there and the Higher Calling card. Judgment can indicate that you're judging your finances a little bit, and you know, you may feel that January has a little bit of a pinch to it financially. I'm not going to lie to you there. Whenever you have the Strength card, it means that you have to, you know, face something that perhaps you've been struggling with there. And it may be that there's been some overspending or excess or just some, you know, general merriment and enjoyment with your finances, either gifting or treating yourself or just, you know, having a little bit more of integration in the community, going out and having fun. So I feel, you know, you could be just keeping your eye on your finances in January and trying to get back to some sort of structure when it comes to your finances there. So I really feel like a very great start there to the month of January. Whilst a lot of people, as I said, are implementing structure and trying to focus on their plans, I feel like you're already clear on what it is you need to get busy doing, and you're just activating it, okay? Now, as we move into February, we have passion, soul. I mean, you do not do anything without passion and soul, my beautiful Scorpio. So it really feels like you are reclaiming yourself. It really feels transformative this year for you, that you are coming back to the person that you used to be. So I feel there is this reemergence of Scorpio. And of course, the soul, it's number 14 there. I feel perhaps there is this energy of blending, alchemizing something, making something really work there. Number 14 is an energy of pace. So I feel the pace is a little bit calmer in February. I feel there's a busyness around January that you are just, you know, multitasking. You're involved in everything that you're doing and making sure that everything is in order, and you're just getting back into some sort of routine. But when you come to February, it just feels like things settle a little bit more there. Could be a very sensitive month for you. Some of you may, of course, it's Valentine's Day during February. Some of you may be very nostalgic and think back to a time where you were hurt, and you may shed some tears and really release. For some of you also, this could be that you focus on your sense of worth when it comes to love. And some of you, if you've not experienced love in a relationship before, I feel there could be a lament there, but also I see a spark occurring. And the spark energy that I'm feeling is there could be some chemistry between you and a person in January itself. So if you're meeting new people, because ignition is new. There's new energy, new people, new circles that you're getting involved in. A lot of you could be applying for things or booking things in January there. But I really feel like a lot of you could meet a person in and around January, February time, and then it really becomes something solid as you move into October there. So I feel new beginnings, new feelings, you know, new relationship status. So I just feel a little bit of energy there. You know how things are heading in the right direction round about July time with this person. And I just feel there's a dreamy energy about you when it comes to love, okay? So I do see that there's potential for love this year if you are open to it. But ultimately, when you have the soul card, this means you have a vision. The eye is there for a reason. It means that you're still locked onto your goals and dreams. And remember, you know, your goals, dreams, and visions can be in many different areas. Making sure that you trailblaze, because that's what you're doing right now, and you're cutting things out, you're leaving things behind. This person is not looking back, okay? So this could be that you've cut out certain substances from your diet, or you're making declarations to self saying, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm burning that bridge. I'm just like new. And of course, this can be that you're keeping an eye on things to make sure that you remain on target with your declarations of self, to continue to be active, to continue to focus on your body, mind, and soul, and be locked onto your vision there. Now, of course, this card, it is an energy of living your passions, being purposeful. So I definitely see here that that spark is still lighting you up. And I feel that you may also consider your motivations carefully in this month, making sure that you're still on course to something that you feel is integral to living your best life, because this is about locking onto purpose and feeling more alive. a lot of you, my beautiful Scorpio, you may have struggled over the last couple of years with your emotions. And what I mean by that, you have very deep emotions, but you may have felt locked into this fight or flight mode, or may have even felt numb at times over the last couple of years. But your emotions are starting to re-emerge or come to the surface. So I really feel here that you're coming back to best, and your emotions are your inner compass. So if you've been feeling a little bit lost, I mean, you've still got goals, dreams, and you've just been doing, I feel this is the year where you're not lost, as it were. It feels that you are becoming in some way. Lots of butterflies there, very transformative. I would say also this is a great detox month. So some of you, because you're all systems go in January, yes, you're making declarations to self, but I feel there's a real detoxification energy in and around February. So this could be that you're keeping an eye on your hydration levels there. I mean, look, in that eye, there is a world. So in February, things get pretty wild globally, okay? So I want you to be aware that there is potential for things that are challenging to occur in the world, and this could make you deeply sad because you are an empath, okay? This figure is emoting, so in the world, it's like you're watching the world and feeling how it's lost and how people are so fractured, and you're just wondering why there's so much conflict. So it can be that you're going to do your bit in the month of February and beyond. I mean, you tend to do your bit anyway, even if it's in your little small patch of world that you claim as your own. Things like charitable work or just being nicer and passing it on. I just feel that there is a connection where you have empathy for people, supportive energy where you're getting integrated and thinking about the world at large. But also I feel a lot of you, there is this vision about expansion. Okay, so I feel you could be plot pointing some sort of major vacation for the rest of the year or set some intentions to save for it. But I also feel that this is a card of where you feel like you belong. You know, as I said, I feel like you're not lost. It feels very much like you're explorative, you're wandering to see where you fit in or where you belong. But remember, you were born to stand out. So it's more about having an affinity with people and situations during the month of February and beyond. But, you know, I get this energy that some of you may be thinking about overseas kind of commitments. So this could be that you are thinking about doing business overseas. If you run your own business, I mean, a lot of you may be thinking about launching a business in January or being your own boss, or if you are your own boss already, January is a great month to launch new things or try things out, maybe even soft launch. But I feel looking at the card for January, that's not a soft launch. That's all in, all systems go. And I just feel a lot of you, if you are in a career, this is you going global. This is you reaching opportunities that are further afield. This is a great month where, you know, you actually get emotional because things are happening. Things are going in your favor. You're no longer waiting. It just feels like there's some sort of alchemy occurring here, transformative energy that makes you like sing with joy in your soul. So for a lot of you, this could be that you're expanding your reach when it comes to your career. Also, of course, it can be that you meet a person who really has an affinity with your soul, someone who is from a different part of the world than you, and someone who just gets you, who really sees you, okay? Ultimately, this month is all about connection and people really seeing you, but I feel like you've made a promise to yourself this year to really be a little bit more open so that people stop misunderstanding you, okay? And I really get this energy as well when it comes to some of you, if you've been thinking about retiring, or if you are retiring, I feel this is about you, thinking about traveling and really connecting to people on a deeper level and not having surface level conversations. I feel there is a search for truth, for reality, like real. And I feel, with that soul passion card, I feel also a little bit the pressure could be on. So having creative outlets or some sort of healthy outlet for you to release the pressure is so important. Tears are cleansing. So I feel this is a great month to go through some sort of detoxifying experience there. And of course, a lot of you, because there is an eye there, practicality, you could be keeping your eyes on like things that you actually digest or witness, observe, so that of course, there's some horrendous things going on in the world and you're doing your bit as much as possible, but you're trying not to allow it to affect your vibration, so you can still try and do something about it or be positive or double down on your goals and dreams to be of service or in some way help. So a lot of charitable work energy I see in the month of February for you. Some of you could be helping people out or just paying it forward, as I mentioned there. But also, you may be just keeping an eye on what you digest and what you feed your brain with, like what you observe or read, listen to, what you kind of like absorb in your body, because things like clickbait or, horrendous kind of like headlines can give you high cortisol levels and make you feel anxious. And I just feel like there's something that potentially occurs in February globally, because we do have the globe there and the planets are aligning. February could be something that we witness that we are not cool with, and it may trigger something that, because we have the dark moon there as you move into March, maybe something that makes you feel a little bit sensitive or makes you feel a little bit like anxious about. I'm not gonna like lie to you, it's there, okay? But I feel, looking at the energy, that we're at a critical point where things can be resolved, because the next card after that is connection biome, and it can be that things get resolved in some way. But I would say February, March time, there could be something globally that we like watch and feel like we cannot just stand by and just witness this. We have to do something about it. Okay, so that's just coming up there as well. But coming back to your practical energy, I feel this is about releasing pressure. I would say also this is about continuing to transform your goals and your dreams there, keeping an eye on your plans, maintaining and sustaining. Number 14 is the temperance energy, as I said there. So it means you're keeping an even keel. You're being asked to be patient. You're being asked to kind of like remain balanced and harmonious. It also indicates that you are moving forward with purpose, but in moderation. It feels like you're super busy in January. It's like pushing through, but then February is where you kind of like, kind of settle in it, as it were. And we've got the Emperor energy, leadership. So in terms of personal energy, this is like the structure is working for you. Also, there could be very important conversations around promotion if you are in a career. This could also be a high ranking position being made available to you. And if you were searching for a job, a lot of you, this could be that you're settling into the job after getting something in January there, or returning to work. You're back in control of your domain, okay? Also, this can be that you're a very emotionally intelligent person and you're looking at how emotions overwhelm you and how you've been controlling certain emotions. Emotions are healthy. It's good to let it all out. It's good to cry, to release the pressure. So I would say just be a little bit mindful, because I'm sensing some sort of tension, headaches, or maybe even eye strain in and around the month of February there. So keep an eye on, pardon the pun there, but keep an eye on things. I would say, make sure that you have a healthy outlet to release pressure, because you've been so busy in the previous month. I just feel like when things are like settled, your body has that recuperation energy where suddenly it just feels like tension, headaches come to the fore. And of course, I would say a lot of you may identify something in your diet that has been triggering some sort of either tension in the shoulders, or tension headaches there. That's just coming through. And some of you also, prescriptions for eyes. Of course, you may even have an eye test or something. I would say take good quality rest if you're on your screen a lot. But the Emperor energy, it's all about success. So I feel like whatever it is you're doing, you see success. You see evidence of things happening for you. So if your intention in January is to be more active and, transform your body, I feel like you see the results of it even in February. If it's you cutting something out and moving forward and having more energy, you see the results of having more command over your thoughts. And, basically, I feel as well, this is you kind of like having a structure to anything new that you started. It just feels like everything is slotting into place. Also, with the Emperor energy, this is a card of responsibility. So I feel this could be that, at moments in February, you feel the heavy weight of responsibility to carry something, or, that sometimes our dreams and goals, they feel monumental. Okay, so it could be that you need to compartmentalize different aspects of whatever it is you're doing so you don't feel overwhelmed, because, of course, there's a waterfall of tears right there. And I also feel that some of you, there may be someone who comes towards you who actually, you know, confides in you, and you really feel their struggle, or you really feel their pain, and you offer them a shoulder to lean on, and advice actually where they can really help themselves in some way, and it's super positive. Also, the Emperor, of course, it's all about authority. So again, in terms of global events, there could be something of an authoritative regime or figure or something going on that is like unnerving, let's put it that way, okay? Looking at the energy, it doesn't directly affect you because this card is about witnessing it from afar and just feeling like it's unfair or it's, you know, awful, whatever this is, okay? I will be setting up a channel to look at world events and things, scrying, but that's to come. So, you know, if you're interested in that, not everybody is. But, I mean, this is you leading, okay? Also, in terms of love, this could be a divine counterpart coming on in and you acknowledging that there is a connection with this person. It's like, finally, I found a person who sees me, who's thinking about the long term, who, you know, wants to offer a protective love, someone I can trust, someone I can lean into as my bestie as well as the love of my life. So I do feel there is a spark around that time period. Also, I feel, you know, this is about maturity. This is about you learning more about yourself. And I feel when you have the Emperor energy, this is about achievement. So being headstrong and reliable, showing up for yourself and just being proud of yourself. So I feel there's some sort of good news or celebration in the month of February that makes you feel like, yes, I got this. However, it's a moment of recognition that it took so long to get to this point. It's like a release. So it's like one of these moments that you could win an award in this month, for example. And I'm just giving an example. And it's like, you know what? Your speech, rather than say, thank you so much for this award, it's like, I worked so hard for this. I can't believe it's here. It's like one of those moments rather than like say, thank you so much for this. I feel like you're thankful to yourself for showing up for yourself, but at the same time, you're aware of the blood, sweat, and tears that went into whatever this accomplishment is or this good news is. You know, you've come a long way, and now I feel there's some great stuff, you know, occurring there for you. Now, of course, with the darkness moon in March, this is a period where you may feel a little bit vulnerable. So, and I'm talking emotionally here, okay? I want you to be aware of that because there seems to be a bit of a sensitivity February into March. This could be, you know, a nostalgic period where you're remembering something that really hurt you or wounded you when you were younger. Sorry for the noise. Next door is doing a bit of DIY, so I hope it doesn't impede on your listening experience. It'll be brief, but they keep doing this one thing, so... But this is number 7. This is a Chariot energy. I feel a lot of you may withdraw within to yourself in the month of March to really acknowledge all the bumps in the road that you've overcome. Okay, darkness moon also can indicate that you do not want people to have access to you during this time. You feel a little bit unreachable during this period. But also I feel this is a big month for shedding something or letting go of something. I feel with this card being number 7, it's like, you know, you kind of have removed something already from your life, and now you're just having the ripple effect, you know, of it not being there. It's you witnessing a cycle that you've pushed through, and it feels like, you know, now that you don't have it, you may miss it momentarily in March, but I feel like you don't allow it to tempt you back, whatever this is. So this could be a person, could be something that you gave up, a substance, or something you cut out of your diet, or something that perhaps, you know, haunts you from the past, whispers from the past in some way, and there's a very protective energy, like, no, I'm not allowing it access, okay? Now, also, this card, it can indicate the gravitational pull within yourself, you know, working with the energy as opposed to against it. If you think about the moon, because this is, you know, moon, darkness, the moon is a celestial body that is magnetic. It actually controls the tides. So this could be about you acknowledging your triggers and, you know, conquering, because we had the Emperor there, conquering a trigger so that it no longer overwhelms you. And I feel this is a period of repair in some way. And I feel you may feel just a little bit more introverted during this period where you're stabilizing in some way as well. And, you know, the moon, it cannot shine all by itself. It requires the sun. So you may be looking at all the responsibilities that you've had or the people that need things from you, and you're always there for people. But I feel March is really a big month for giving back to yourself in some way, replenishing, because all this energy, you know, that you're exuding there, and all this passion and, you know, success and whatever is going on in February, because it feels very much like there's some good news here that transforms your life. It feels that this is a period of like respite, where you're just like going, okay, it's not that nothing is happening in the month of, you know, March there. Remember, a darkness moon is a void moon, so it can indicate that, you know, don't push forward against the energy if it's not happening. It's time to just acknowledge that a pause is for a purpose. Sometimes the universe will send a little bit of a pause there, and you may feel like, oh, I should be doing, you know, I should push on through, I should force this. But actually, it's the universe saying rest, recoup. It's saying not now. It's not never, it's just not now. It's just like, take a pause, you know, protect your inner peace. A lot of you, this could be quiet time, or, you know, you go off by yourself to do a lot of ruminating, a lot of thinking. You're the sort of person, you tend to not be afraid of the light and dark of a situation. So I feel this is about you maybe looking at the more challenging emotions that you have within yourself. And I also feel that there is this energy here of you, because I'm getting a secret in the month of March. So there could be some sort of secret where someone reveals their true colors, and you feel a little bit sensitive about that, or you feel that you've been betrayed in some way. And this could be something from before. It could be that something happened in the year of 2025 and someone resurfaces in the month of March to really confront the situation or try to offer an olive branch, and you just feel a little bit like uncertain about this. Should I let this person back into my life? Do they deserve a place in my life? You know, I feel like you're doing a lot of ruminating in this month, and I feel it's not that everything shuts down. I just feel this is a very cerebral, kind of thoughtful month for you, where you may be actually protecting your inner peace, going off grid to really strategize or reformulate a plan in some way, or even think about what's next. You know, this card can also indicate that there is a difference between being solitary and being lonely. So I feel this is about communicating your needs from a healthy space. And a lot of you, if you're feeling a little bit out there on a limb, you know, because it's lonely at the top when you're being successful in your goals and dreams and filling your life full of action, I feel there could be a desire to be a little bit more sociable or more integrated in the following month by either connecting to hobbies or community events. You know, and I just feel with this darkness moon, there is an uncertainty about this card. So as I mentioned there, it could be that, you know, there is something that goes on in the world that makes you feel a little bit more like sensitive about the world at large, because you have the world either side of this card here. But also, you know, in terms of like your dreams and goals, this could be that you're kind of like closing yourself off so that you don't spend during this period, so that you're not tempted to have any excess during this period. So I feel this is repair of finances, repair of energy, repair of body, mind, and soul. And a lot of you may connect to your higher self during this period through like meditative practices. And it's not that you're shutting down, but a lot of people may miss you in the month of March there, because, you know, the Scorpio way is to withdraw into self in order to seek inner guidance, in order to, you know, really lock into the sense of purpose, because you're constantly questioning. So even though you're doing and you have a plan and you are focused on your goals and you're definitely going to make an impact, a lot of you, you know, you withdraw to make sure you can process and really kind of work out, are you still on the right path? How do you feel about what you're doing right now? So this is a big feeling month there. And I mean, darkness can be that you face something head on. This could be that you are facing a fear. A lot of you are conquering fears this year. So if you have like a fear of heights, for example, it could be that you're going to promise yourself to go to a place in the world where you have to challenge that. For some of you, it could be that you're about to do something monumental in the following month of April, because it feels like a big month in April there. Again, there's something big in the world happening in that month, but I feel this could be that, you know, you're connected to something, or you're about to amplify in some way, extend your reach, because, you know, in the February month, the eye is like you have that vision of the world, right? You're trying to do something. Something would mean the world to you. And then April comes along and you've got the world. So you made it happen, whatever it is. But this is a period of reassessing and being like in the stages of like wondering, is it going to work out? You know, how are things going to evolve? So I feel this could be the period where you just observe something, you know, and wait. You know, wait for it to grow, wait for the success. It feels like a detachment there. And in that detachment, there's freedom because you come a little bit more insular and you feel more aware of your own personal needs. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So changing cycles. You know, Wheel of Fortune, this is actually a lucky month. So, you know, Scorpio, whenever things are going really well for you, sometimes you're like, okay, I don't trust it. So this could be that, you know, something is going really well. You've had some great news in February into March period. And I would say also, this is a period to be very flexible. Okay, this is a month where anything could happen, but it tends to be really positive. But when it's super positive, it's like you don't trust it. I feel rather than think about all the things that could go wrong, really focus on all the things that could go right, and you're going to amplify that. So just have that as a little reminder in the month of March there. But changing cycles, you know, you could actually change something about yourself during this period and just feel a little bit sensitive about it. This could be a change of look, change of style, change of environment. I mean, for some of you, you're thinking about relocating, moving to a new neighborhood or a different part of the world in some way. And this could be that you finally set your sights on something that you can call home or call a piece of your own. And then it's the process of, you know, booking it, buying it, making it happen, whatever it is. It feels like, oh, I hope this goes well. It's almost like it's out of my hands now. I can't do any more with this. So I need to just sit back and I'm going to worry about it because of course I care about it. We only worry about things or people when we truly, truly care, when it's connected in some way to ourselves. So I feel like it's going to work out really well. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about there. Wheel of Fortune is sudden fortune. It's a turning point in your life in the month of March there. And there's another map that highlights a lot of you. It could be connected to something global. So for example, it could be that you meet a person who's from overseas and they decide to relocate. Or it could be that, you know, for some of you, it could be if you're retired, it can be that you are purchasing property abroad and suddenly you get the house of your dreams and you're just worried that something will go wrong in the process. For some of you, it could be that you're migrating your business or your life overseas in some way. It's a big lane change for you in some way, and it just feels, you know, you're protecting your goals, dreams, or plans because you don't want anyone to put any negative spin on it. So I feel a lot of you could be off grid, under the radar, doing something monumental to turn your life around, and it's going to work out so well. There's a lot of success and excitement around it, but you're just protecting yourself just to make sure, okay? But it could be a little bit of a sensitive month there. Now, as we move into the month of April, you know, we've got the world there, very goal-oriented. This is all about you and your dedications. I mean, it literally says there, connection and biome. This is the whole sum of everything that you care about. So, of course, you'll have many goals and dreams, and this is about everything coming together as planned. Also, I feel this is an important period to really kind of like be in synergy. I feel a lot of you as well, this is about you getting more involved in the community in some way. Whenever you have the biome, of course, it connects to the world card energy. So that means that you complete something or you feel whole in some way. You fulfill your destiny in some way. And there's a lot of contentment in this month there. I feel just guard against perfectionism. That's coming out there as well. But we have double 4, and when you kind of course, reduce that number, 4 plus 4 is 8. So I feel it's connected to something in January there. Something that you start comes to completion. This is a big month of endings for you. Completing that project, perhaps looking at expiry dates on contracts, or even like visas, passports if you intend to travel. Big month for travel as well. I would say some of you could be going on some sort of road trip or going further afield. This is big travel. This is like big world travel there for you. And of course, when it comes to your finances in the month of April, I feel some of you, it could be that you've been accumulating a lot of money to make a large purchase. This could be a car, it could be an upgrade of some sort of tool or cell phone or something like that. It could be that you've been saving for something, and April, it really feels like a new kind of cycle for you with tools and things that you need practically around your home space. But the World card is also an energy, of course, of balance. Everything coming together as it should. And a lot of you also, during this period, you may embark on some sort of course of learning. I'm getting strong study vibes. Some of you may decide to either study overseas as well, or you may actually decide to download a course from someone who's overseas so that you can expand your reach in your knowledge. Now, also, if you're in a business, and you run your own business, you could actually reach further afield, really lock in a contract during this month, or have some sort of partnership, a platform with social media, for example. You could go viral during this month, or you could actually promote your goods or services, whatever it is that you do, and you further your reach. A lot of you will go global during this period as well there. But also some of you could be seconded to a different branch overseas, or you may be looking for overseas opportunities in the company that you actually work with at this moment in time, or find yourself working with during this period. Also, connection is about leaning into community. So big month for hobbies, getting involved, getting integrated. And some of you, you may actually look at the growth of your plans and see that things are heading in the right direction there. I feel there is a lot of growth there, but I feel it's a very active month as well. So a lot of you could be sightseeing or going to places of historical interest to really inform your mind. I just feel that this is you staying on top of your health goals as well. It feels like you're looking at it all during this month there. And I feel like you're keeping your mind very active, learning a lot of things about different places, maybe even, brainstorming new ideas, because something comes to an end of a cycle in this month. Okay, and then it means you're opening yourself up to something new, or you complete something and you're just really proud of yourself, because the next month you've got joy and music. Okay, so it feels like you're celebrating, you're excited, everything has aligned with your soul song, and I feel like you did this, whatever this is. Okay, also there could be some communication from overseas, whether this is family members or someone that you have a pen friend with. It just feels like there's a lot of connection going on, and it just feels like you are more involved with others and your commitments rather than out there on a limb on your own. So you could actually meet new friendships during this period, or really cultivate the friendships that you have right now. There's a togetherness energy about this month of April. Yeah, big transformation, ending, bringing a new beginning, end of cycles. As I said, death card energy. You really are looking at yourself and how far you've come, because of course this is a Scorpio card, but the death card signals something new, a transition period. Also, I would say expiry dates, contracts, service providers. Keep an eye on, things expiring during this period, visas, passports, or, you may have some deadlines during this month, but you breeze it, you get it all done, no problem at all there. Also, I feel with the death card energy, and that world energy, it just feels like you are completing your projects. Anything you started, you will finish, and anything you intended to get done, it just feels like it's done. Okay, and you're freer than you have been in a long time there. Also, I feel this is about you coming up for air, going traveling as well, but I feel like you're different somehow in the month of April. And we've also got that leadership. So leadership, again, you've got this leadership theme going through the year. This is you reclaiming your power, being in a really positive, powerful position to influence your circumstances. You're thinking about your future financially. So yes, there's still structure there. Yes, you're serious about your goals. Yes, you're definitely keeping a tight rein on your finances. Could be some sort of financial change, and I'm talking about a good one in the month of April there. If you are working in a company that actually gives some sort of bonus, whether it's quarterly bonus or something like that, I would say April is a great month to hear about that. For some of you, there may be some promotion vibes going on in April as well. And I feel for some of you, there may be a change of management regarding some area of career, or even like if you live in a certain place where you rent, for example. Could be some sort of change going on there with the landlord. For some of you, it could be that, you know, your landlord is selling up during this month and you're like, oh my gosh. You may get the information about it in the previous month and you're like a little bit worried, you know, it's kind of turned things on its head for you. But I can assure you, wherever you go from there, it's way better and you actually save a little bit more money. It's more peaceful. It just feels like you're coming home in the month of April there. Now, also, I feel this is an energy, of course, when it's connected to the world, because you have a world right there, a globe there. This could be some monumental change in leadership, okay? This could be, because we have the death card, also it can indicate that someone who is well known as a public figure, they leave this earthly plane, okay? So something to watch out there for in the news, but I feel something could change in and around government that could affect finances or businesses in some way, and it's something to look out for there as well. But ultimately, I feel this is a change in your power. This just feels like you're different this year, and it feels like you are in charge of things and you're not sitting on the fence. No more second guessing your intuition. It just feels also, I'm being given this message, so it's quite strong, and it comes off the back of March there for you. There may be some really sensitive emotions about a situation from your past where you felt like you should have let go sooner, or you should have kind of like cut something off sooner, okay? Forgive yourself. You did everything you needed to do in the circumstances that you had, and actually you wouldn't be where you are now if you had. So honor the experience that you had as a learning curve, because it feels like you're doing some learning here, and it means that everything came together as it should. People are here for a reason or a season, so whether it was a person or a situation, if there's some sort of disappointment or something that didn't go your way and you're acknowledging it in the month of April there, acknowledge that it was meant to happen so that everything else could fall together for you rather than fall apart, okay? And you're going to see that in the month of April. Now, as we move into May, this is where things get sassy and spicy. I feel like you're going out there, having fun, lots of events, getting out in nature, music, perhaps going to gigs, for example. Some of you may actually learn an instrument or, you know, revisit an instrument that you already play. But this is about tuning into the vibrations. Very happy month there, lots of celebration, but you have something to celebrate. So I would say this is a great month for good news. It says joy, music, we're loving that. So the vibes are high. Also, it's number 28. When you reduce it, of course, that's 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. So something that ended for you, whether it was completing a project or buying a home or purchasing a car, or whether it was, you know, you completing something monumental, whether it was study or whether it was something connected to your health in some way, I feel like you're free and you are vibing high with this energy. You know, this is a card, I mean, the moon is in the background, so because we had that moon energy, it feels like that whatever was negative or sensitive, it is not dulling your shine. It is not bringing you down. I feel like you are someone who may actually be a little bit more active or join some sort of class that involves music, or maybe take a class, like actually run it for some of you. I feel with this card, it is an energy, of course, of, you know, using music to change your mood as well. Whether it's going to a gig or just playing your favorite song. Also, some of you may join some sort of singing group. Okay, that's so random, but that's coming out there as well. And you just feel the music in your soul. But more importantly, coming back to you, this is about your soul song, emitting to the universe, being really grateful for all that you have right now, but also very grateful for all that is to come. This is you telling your story as well. You know, I just get this energy of some of you kind of like speaking about something that was important to you. I know this is not a voice card. Do you have the voice card here? No, but some of you may actually talk about something that's happened to you, or, you know, release something fully. But I just feel like there's something here about your story. You could write a book about your story, or you could actually use your voice, or maybe even like talk about something and find the right music to express how you feel about something in this month. I mean, By then, I feel a lot of you, if you've been looking for a relationship, I feel like you'll be in a high level commitment. And actually, I feel this person, because the Emperor keeps showing up there, this person is old school, whoever they are. And I feel mixtape vibes are coming right back, okay? Bring back the mixtape is what I'm saying, because it means thought went into something. It means, you know, someone created something with their hands, or they actually, you know, they really thought about you and the lyrics and the vibe of the song, because I feel like there's an energy here of people really seeing you and understanding you this year, whether it's your family or your friends, or whether it is just people in and around you, even your boss, if you have a boss, even a landlord, you know, random, I know, but it could be that there is a togetherness in the month of April there, and you just feel like relationships are nicer than usual is what's coming out. But of course, this card, I feel like you are moving through your body, you're in the flow. A lot of you have been healing your body, and also you've been surrounding yourself with positive people. And some of you may also, you know, download like natural soundscapes, birds, oceans, to really kind of change a mood. Some of you may even look into, oh gosh, I looked it up the other day and now I can't remember it, but this is coming through. Is it EMDR or EDMR? I'm not sure. EMDR kind of soundscapes in order to reset, reprogram, and help with trauma or fight or flight kind of anxiety there. Some of you may actually look into that, or even somatic kind of breathing, as well as music to really help you ground. But ultimately, I feel this is a very positive month. And because this person is like, yeah, I did it, I just feel there's some really great news coming on in here. So let's see what that is. I also see a lot of invitations coming out in the month of May there for you. So let me just pull a card. We've got the High Priestess, intuition, connecting to your higher self. High vibes only. Oh, wow. Look at this. Wheel of Fortune. It's rare that you get 2 Wheels of Fortune there, my beautiful Scorpio. However, I want you to be aware. I see 1, 2, 3. Well, that's kind of a half one. I'm not sure how you could have a half one, but there's a half one there. So that's 3.5. 4, 5. I'd say 5.5 really good, positive, good news points in your year. Yes, there's a lot of other things going, but I feel there's 5.5 monumental moments where you're going to celebrate, okay? But this is about you connecting to your higher self, being really positive, and also doing things like meditation practices or grounding, downloading a lot of messages. This is also a review energy. I feel this is you like secretly dancing by yourself at home as well, to just be like, dance like no one's watching kind of energy, you know, really feeling your body, celebrating the wonderful you, because you are a gift. But also, of course, this is about belief in self. The High Priestess shows up when you're believing in yourself, when you feel like you got this, but also you're doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of questioning. And I would say that this is really connected to this period in your life where you felt that you were waiting for something, worried about something, and the Wheel of Fortune showed up as lucky. And, you know, the High Priestess is an acknowledgement that you protected yourself, you were very cautious, but actually you're celebrating now that actually it all went well and everything is coming together for you. Because the High Priestess can be a card of caution, and I would say a lot of you are not talking about this success, or you're not talking about your plans, you're going off grid, keeping it to yourself at this time because you don't want anyone to jinx it, okay? But I would say a lot of you, there could be a spiritual retreat energy going on there. So some of you may actually travel to a spiritual retreat if the funds allow. Or it could be that you're having like a spa day, or you're having a massage, or you're having some sort of day where you just release the pressure and just give back to yourself in some way, you know, really treat yourself. But also I feel that, you know, when you're in this high vibe, your intuition is stronger. Actually, music can help you reach higher when it comes to your vibration and connecting to your higher self. So I would say it's a big spiritual month for you there, really unlocking something. So it could be a higher level when it comes to meditation, or some of you could even think about remote viewing, or developing your psychic skills during this month. And it could be that, you know, there is an access point through music, or you just change vibration. Music is a vibration, and it just feels like you're elevating in your vibration there, and you're accessing some monumental kind of manifestations. Because the Wheel of Fortune, I would say be flexible during this month. I feel anything could happen. There's a lot of plot twists, but they're all positive and lucky. Good fortune in this month, good news in this month. But again, it could be that you change your mind on something. It could be that, you reschedule something because you want to have fun. This is a month of fun. Yes, there's a lot of responsibility at the beginning of the year there, and you lock into all your plans, goals, and you are serious about those. But this is the month to set yourself free, to let your hair down a little bit more and just lean into the moment of being. So I feel this is a very present moment. A lot of you may be more focused on being present in that moment and look at things like the power of now, for example, to quieten your mind or find ways to transcend anxiety or worry through music or changing your vibration by moving your body. Being more active, of course, you release endorphins, and whether it's being active, like, getting 10,000 steps a day, or whether it's just taking a walk around a park, or whether it is, hitting the gym, or whether it is going to a Zumba class, or whatever it is, or even just, like, as I said, moving a part of your body in your home to some music. I just feel like you're changing your vibes in the month of May there. Now, as we move into June, we have home. So you feel fully content within yourself. There's an energy of feeling like you belong in this month. Now, of course, very fruitful month for you. This is a big money month for you. I want you to be aware. I'm getting this energy of because there's something here in April. So it could be that you're told that you get a bonus in April for some of you, and it may actually be something that comes through in June there, or maybe you lock it away. I just feel like there's amplified money in the month of June for you. If you work for yourself, this could be that you're giving yourself a larger dividend. For some of you, it could be that you're purchasing a home. That's why there's this big money energy going on here. As I said, there's some sort of upgrade, but it feels like you settle into whatever this upgrade was. And of course, I cannot ignore the fact that it says home, earth. Okay, so a lot of you, this could be that you're more focused on your home. So if you're not moving home, because a lot of you are like, no, I found home, I'm happy where I'm at, but there is this energy of wanting new things. So a lot of you could be seeking new home or new properties, or trying to expand maybe a property portfolio. I'm not sure, but home indicates, where your heart is really. So I feel this is about you feeling an affinity with where you reside. So I would say this could be a big DIY month for a lot of you. You could give your home like a paint, or give it a fresh spruce in some way, add new kind of items to your home space, and just basically feel like having a staycation or poodling around your home a little bit more than usual. I feel like you're more active in the month before, getting out there, festivals, events, and, leaning into community and your friendships and being more sociable. This is a little bit more like, now a little bit more of relaxation time for me, and I just feel like you are just focusing on the home space. And this could be also that you're trying to be practical as well. So you could be actually doing some more learning during this period, or even setting up a business where you make money from home, or selling pre-loved goods in this period, decluttering, DIY. I just get a lot of that going on in this month here. It's number 15. So that is the Devil card energy. So it could be that, this is a period where there could be a little bit of procrastination, okay? Just be a little bit mindful of that. Doom scrolling is not the same as just taking a bit of a rest and prioritizing what you view, or what it is that you seek to kind of absorb. Remember, a lot of you, you're not seeking this year, you're attracting. So I feel algorithms and things, the more you look at something, the more you will see it. It'll just pop up there for you. So I feel like you're just keeping an eye on things there. But also I feel you are home in your body, and anything you cut out that was like an intention that was, toxic, I feel like you are making sure that you stand your ground and do not be tempted to return to it. Also, a lot of you, because it is number 15, you may be looking at toxicity in the home space. Things like mold, if you've had mold, or if you've had like condensation on the walls, for example, or, for some of you, you may have been on a bit of a health kick in the year of 2025 and 2026, and you may be noticing like chemicals in certain items in the home space that you do not want to connect to anymore. Things that perhaps have scent to them, or have some sort of chemicals that perhaps gets on your hands. I just feel a lot of you may be looking at a more organic kind of substance, or you may be just making sure that you cut out anything that's toxic in your home space, okay? Also, you may look into security systems during this month. I don't see anything negative, there's no reason for it, but just to feel secure in your home space, I just feel a lot of you could be looking at security systems in your home space during this time. But also, I also get this energy because it says Earth here. I feel a lot of you could be making money from overseas investments as well, or on the internet, because the easiest way to reach further field or, you know, reach a broader audience. I mean, if you're a musician, I feel like you could go like global this year. If you are a performer, you could actually be in the public eye, okay? Remember, when you're in the public eye, you will sacrifice your privacy. You will sacrifice your anonymity. So that is something that will come out there. And as a Scorpio, you've got a private life and you don't like anyone to pry. So just be a little bit mindful of the structures you put in place in order to safeguard your privacy, okay? Because I feel, especially that month of March there's a privacy thing going on. You just want to be alone, you know, in a very dramatic way. I want to be alone because you got stuff to do. You know, you don't want anyone to distract you or derail you. But I feel like this is a more open energy in the month of June there. And I also feel that you could invite people over. You could be hosting during this period, having people come around, especially if you've got like a new home. You could be having a house party, for example. But I cannot ignore the fact that this card also has the word Earth on it. So this could be that, you know, humanity are aware that the Earth is our home. And of course, we're always aware of that, but we do take it for granted. So there could be some sort of event, as I said, from February, March, April time, very critical time there, where we witness something that we have to kind of stand up and say, we need to protect the Earth. Now, it can be some sort of monumental flooding. It can be some sort of like world event where there is water activity. It could be some sort of, you know, restructure of the Earth. The Earth is moving, as I mentioned. And I just feel that this is about protecting where we call home, okay? But also this card, number 15, of course, it's an energy of obsession. So I would say that this can be that you may bring your work home with you, for example, for some of you, but also this could be that perhaps you are looking at relationships that are close to you that perhaps have some sort of toxic kind of dynamic that you really want to lay it all out on the line, either protect yourself from it or, you know, kind of endeavor to have healthy conversations, because there's a lot of healthiness here, healthiness in your mind. I just feel like you may activate some of those conversations in order to heal things with people or make them aware of their structures that perhaps are repetitive and you just don't want to deal with that anymore. Now, of course, this is a month where you need to ground yourself. The Earth, of course, is our home and we are part of nature, not apart from it. So this is an energy of recognizing that we're all one. And I feel this is you taking positive custodianship of the world around you. It doesn't have to be the globe. Some of you may do some more charitable work there, but it can be that you're looking at the things that you connect to that you feel responsible for, okay? And I feel a lot of you will turn your responsibilities towards your home space during this time. Also, you're paying attention to diet and body-related endeavors during this period. Kitchen witch energy right there. I feel a lot of you could be experimenting with recipes and things like that. But let's have a look at that. Ooh, there's a lot going on there. Even the Devil card came out as well. So this could be, you know, a period of overthinking about something or having some sort of deadline and you just want to be cozy and enjoy yourself, but you're aware that you have to step up on something. Also, we've got the Lovers card, so people over, as I mentioned, I could definitely feel that in the energy. This is about your love for your family, your friends, as well as togetherness, but also it could be new choices made in the home space regarding decor or, you know, even for some of you, this could be a point in your world where, you know, you've made a choice to reside in a certain place and you're looking at your choices to see, I mean, a lot of you have manifested this opportunity, but the Devil card showing up there, it could indicate that whilst you are seeking sanctuary in your home, there may be some moments where if you're doing DIY, there could be some noise, but also it could be a neighbor who's doing some DIYs. There could be like a minor disruption in and around that, or someone is doing some work outside. I just feel that from that energy. But procrastination in the home space, that's coming up very strongly, especially when you got stuff to do, my beautiful Scorpio. We got the manifestation card again and the Fool card, which is launching. Okay, this is a brand new you. This is you having fun. So I would say this is about you taking some rest at home after having a very busy, fun month before. But I feel being in the home space, it gives you thinking time to basically manifest what you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand. And remember, positive thoughts only, okay? Because, of course, we have 15 there, and we've got a very positive card. I feel like this is about you radiating all these ideas, and maybe even watching things like The Secret, or reading some sort of self-help books, or some sort of podcast listening that helps you manifest, because I feel like you're rejuvenated after you spend some good quality time at home there, okay? Now, as we move into the month of July, we've got magic, okay? So something exciting is happening here. This could be as you're rebirthing with that Fool card. Feels like it's a cusp energy. When you have number 43, you reduce it, of course. That is number 7 again, so that means that you're getting moving again. It feels like you're on the go. And of course, alchemy is about finding magic in the everyday. If we are too busy focused on the bigger moments in our life, we miss the moments that are really small and so important, okay? That's why I feel the month before is about leaning into the people that are important to you, having people over, connecting to people, maybe going to people's homes, and, really just spending time, just being. So I feel there's magic in that, but also it's to remember that, yes, there's a lot of challenge going on in the world, and, we can step up and do what we can, but if there's something we can't do about it, then of course it's about raising our vibrations and, trying to be kinder to everybody. Everybody's going through something, but it's also about finding the magic in everyday circumstances. This is also a card of you having faith in your dreams, because doubt will end every dream. Okay, so I feel like whatever it is you're doing it scared, you're doing it with limited resources, and you're accumulating resources along the way, and people and opportunities, and you're going to see some sort of divine intervention in the month of July, where either someone or opportunities are being sent to you to help you manifest something. You got the manifestation card, so something magical is happening in this month. The alchemy card is more than just like seeking the magic. It's actually witnessing or experiencing a miracle, okay? And I feel this is about all your plans that are weaved together. Everything is connected. It is not disconnected. It's not that you want something that's over there that is not connected to this. It feels like it has an impact in some way. And I feel divine intervention is at play. Now, of course, some of you may actually get a little bit more hands-on during this period. You may actually create something. Highly creative, productive month there. You're having the energy, I feel a lot of you brainstorming again this month. So this could be new plans. This could be new ideas. You've kind of like completed something and settled, and then you've like started anew. So it feels like you're really compartmentalizing your year very, very nicely there. But I feel alchemy, everything is kind of aligning for you in this month, and it feels exciting. And I also feel that thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I just heard my guide say some of you may actually go to a magic show. I mean, maybe some of you will be invited to a magic show there, or you may want to learn about magic, okay? I'm not sure, but I feel this is about you acknowledging that the magic is within you. You're doing something pretty special, okay? And we got the star. A wish is delivered for sure in this month. It's clear that you are aligned, as I said, and it's clear that something is happening for you. But also I feel the healing or rejuvenation that comes from the previous month just makes you feel like alive and basically embracing new ideas, new growth. There's a renewal of your energy here, and you feel peaceful in this month. Also, I feel this is you entering a new phase in the year. It's almost like there's some sort of new start going on here that is very exciting. Also, I would say this is a renewal of hope. So whatever challenge is going on in the world, there could be some divine intervention, or there could be some sort of intervention that goes on that brings a little bit more calmer energy there, okay? But I feel like you are aligned. I feel like all your blood, sweat, and tears allows you to like realize something in this month. And of course, the star energy indicates anything that's been confusing or testing, suddenly you are clear, suddenly you're brainstorming new ways to conquer or overcome. Have faith. This is a great month there, and I feel like you just know the way on something. Also, I would say healing month. Okay, healing. So it could be that, I gotta be honest with you, number 15 in the month of June there could be some temptation to fall back into an old cycle, or choose, you know, some sort of excess that is not good for you. So I would say, you know, if you fall off the wagon, I mean, your intention is clear that you don't want to do that and you're protecting yourself against it. But I mean, we're all human, right? So number 15 is there. So this could be a temptation. And a lot of you could be really proud of yourself that you were not tempted or you overcame a temptation on something. But I would say if you were tempted to have a little bit of excess, or you know, you perhaps lapsed on something, I would say the following month is to heal and get back on track there. Of course, don't beat yourself up about it. We're all human, as I said there. But I feel this is a very inspiring month, and I feel like you're excited about something in this month because a wish is delivered. Some sort of good news there. Now, as you move into, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. My guides are also saying that July is a big month to be famous if you want to be in the public eye. Also, I would say this is a great month for recognition, a spotlight on something here. This could be you receiving a note from somebody to say, you know what, I'm so glad that you're in my life. Could also be that you help a person out and they do a favor in return, even though you are not hoping for that. This could also be that in terms of your career, this is a big spotlight month where you're recognized, you know, either given some sort of award or bursary, or if you've been applying for something, this could be like the, you know, the moment you've been waiting for there. Some of you could literally win an award or get a qualification or certification in the month of July there as well. But I just feel a lot of positive energy in and around your star energy there with this card. Also, I feel like you're having a glow up in this month. And also the month previous, I just get this energy of like you being very attractive. I mean, you're normally very attractive. You get a lot of attention there. But I feel you feel really good about yourself during this period. And as we move into the month of August there, we've got solidity, inner core. Okay, so again, going a little bit more insular there. This is you protecting your inner peace. When you get this card, of course, there's a dove there. So again, globally, there could be something peace-wise, because this is like earth-shattering peace, agreement perhaps, or something shatters the earth. And the only way now is to choose peace. But I will leave that there. Let's bring it back to you. This is about staying constant in your endeavors and not stopping your progress. It's about you being reliable, showing up for yourself, and continuing, maintaining and sustaining this month, and keeping your promises to yourself. That's why I feel there's a little bit of a wobble in the middle of the year there, but I feel like you're keeping your promises to yourself, and there's a positivity around that. I feel like, you know, your greatest power is from the inside out. So what is inside, insular energy, I feel like you are a real powerhouse during this period. Also, I see that some of you, there could be an olive branch. Someone comes to make amends in some area. You could have a message from somebody that you haven't heard from in a while, and they want to build a bridge there. Also, I feel there, you know, is this energy of two people seeing a situation from different sides, and you know, it feels like neither is right or wrong in this energy. And this could be a conversation that you have with a person that's close to you, family member, soul tribe, you know, and it just feels like both of you are just coming at it from different angles, and you don't want to argue or you don't want conflict. And it's like, can we find the middle ground on this? And I feel that you both have to walk away from this because both of you are passionate about this, whatever this is. And it's like, give it some time. Also, I feel a lot of you are ruminating new thoughts, new ideas in order to elevate. You know, the bird is recognizing that you're having a bird's eye view of your life. And some of you may actually part ways with either somebody or something that you feel just isn't resonating with you anymore, or it's time to shed something, because I feel there's a separation energy. I don't feel it's a separation of a relationship, okay, like a romantic relationship or marriage or anything. So I just want you to be aware of that. Now, for some of you, if you're already in a relationship and you're hoping to get engaged this year, I would say the big flashpoint for that is July, okay? But also, I feel if you're already engaged and you want to get married, I feel there's a strong energy around the month of May there for celebration, but also I get October as well. A lot of you may be like, yeah, October month, pretty great month to get married. So I would say that there as well. Congratulations. And for some of you, if you're pregnant, I really get a strong energy around Of course, you all have your due dates there, but I see a strong energy in and around June for pregnancy. If you're trying to get pregnant in particular, I see a strong energy around that, okay? But yeah, this is kind of like a maintain and sustain month. We got the Justice card energy. So I would say that this is about keeping an even keel. Also, the Justice energy can indicate lots of practicalities this month. Contracts, rules, regulations, documents, administrative tasks, things like that. This is about you doing the right thing. So as I said, you know, there's a conversation here where two people come at it from different angles, and it almost feels like both of you are right in some way, but also wrong in some way. It feels like there's no one who's 100% right. It just feels like both of you are sticking to your beliefs and honoring your truth, and that's okay. You know, it's important that we all have different opinions and we can inform each other, learn from each other, but we don't have to always agree with each other, and that's what makes us unique and wonderful there. So big debates in and around the month of August there. I would also say this is a big month for contracts. So this could be you entering into new service providers or signing something that's important. Make sure that you get great advice. Make sure you also read the fine print during this month. And of course, this is a big ripple effect month for you as well. Cause and effect, keeping that inner peace, protecting your inner sanctuary, not allowing yourself to overthink anything, because everything is going to go in your favor. Everything will work out as it is meant to. This is a big card of karma, a karma boomerang coming back towards you. Also, I would say a big problem-solving month for you, where you find a solution that brings you a lot of peace. Also, truth comes out there, and an olive branch, as I've mentioned. But this is you, again, being back in your soul song energy and doing what is right for you and protecting your inner peace and not filling other people's cups constantly at the cost of your own. So it's about maintaining some sort of balance there. Now, as you move into the month of September, we have adventure. So, you know, this is about you doing bold and daring new things, coming out of a comfort zone, or, you know, aspiring to explore your neighborhood in a different way, or even explore yourself in a different way. This is a month, basically, where you decide to take more risks. Calculated risks, yes, but I feel like you are literally coming out of your comfort zone. You're doing something you've never done before. For a lot of you, it could be traveling or going on a new adventure, or perhaps you're embarking on some sort of aspect that gives you wonder, that excites you. Also, I feel like you have wonder in your heart, and I feel like you're protected and directed to explore. Beautiful figure there in the middle with an umbrella, which means you are protected, and the space person, of course, recognizing that you are elevating in some way. Something that is literally out of this world that perhaps seemed impossible becomes possible. You make it possible. Also, I feel a lot of you will trial some things in this month. So it could be trial and error. Remember, there's no real error. We kind of learn from things. We just adapt. So there's no right or wrong way. But I just feel that this is about you kind of doing something hugely different. And also, if you've been problem solving, this is the month where you actually see something that perhaps you didn't see before, because you get a different viewpoint, and it really helps you proceed forward there. I feel this experience, whatever it is, this new thing, it really helps you, you know, clear your mind. I feel this is a big month to really clear your mind. And also in terms of world events, there could be some sort of space event that goes on round about this period. But, you know, this is about you like feeling uncomfortable in some way, but in a good way. You know, you're literally coming out of your comfort zone and being curious, I would say. Also, you know, when you have the space person, you know, I would say that this is about you kind of like observing, watching, you know, people's motivations and actions, rather than like talking about something, you're taking action on it as well, and removing yourself from situations where you feel that people are interfering or getting too involved, okay? I feel a lot of you may actually be unreachable during this month as well. So putting your do not disturb sign on there, and reaching higher levels of consciousness as well, developing spiritually. I definitely see some advancement there in the evolution of your mind. You're a very deep thinker, but I feel like you're reaching like higher and higher. Like looking at your cards, it's like you're leaving the earth and seeing it from a huge different perspective. But I feel whatever is connected to you in February, it feels like you get a broader perspective of how monumental this impact is having on your life. And it's super positive, okay? Now, I feel a lot of you, it is a case of if you want something different in your life, you have to really overreach or stretch yourself in that month. I gotta be honest with you. I feel there's something here where you have to do something that is just out of the ordinary in order to really, you know, do something super positive to transform. Okay, it feels like it works in your favor. So this could be that like you are exiting something that perhaps has been playing in your life for a long time, because the next month is new beginnings. So that's really exciting. But also I feel some of you on a more practical level, you may perhaps experience some sort of bad weather, I would say, but it could be that you are avoiding it in some way. So for example, if you go on a vacation, it could be that you miss like a major storm by the time you're leaving. And you're like, that was good, because you're protected in this, whatever this is. I mean, it's number 2, which of course is High Priestess energy. So again, it's about you doing something extraordinary this year, and you know, making something happen that perhaps other people said was impossible, and you're like, no, nothing's impossible. Okay, whether you're reaching a high position in your working environment, higher potential, smashing through glass ceilings, you know, even elevating financially. You know, it says there, adventure south. So some of you, this could be that you're literally adventuring south. You're going traveling in this month to somewhere south of where you reside already. Okay, but I just feel like you're on the up in life, both financially, in terms of your goals, your dreams. I feel some of you could be like floating on air, as it were, when it comes to love as well there. Also, you know, whatever happens here that is super exciting, I would say that this is a month where you kind of, dare I say it, let it go to your head a little bit. So you may come down to earth a little bit more and be a bit more grounded in the following month, but you rarely allow yourself to celebrate. You're always thinking about, okay, it's going really well. Where's the fly in the ointment? So I would say, you know, allow yourself to, you know, let it go to your head a little bit there. We've got transformation, you know, and this figure is on the up. They are literally leaving the earthly plane as well and going to space. So there's some sort of transformation or end of something in the month of September there. And for some of you, you may go above and beyond for someone's birthday or celebration, or you may go above and beyond to help somebody during this period. I also feel that transformation, of course, indicates a transition period towards something greater. So I feel like you may remove yourself from the potential to fall back into an old cycle. Your promise to yourself this year is to reinvent, or to kind of like claim your power back, but also do something different. Keep things alive and interesting. So you may actually move out of your usual parameters, you know, seek hobbies or exciting adventures outside of your neighborhood in some way. And it's different and it transforms you, whatever this is. So big change in this month. Also moving on, I feel the Death card is an evolution energy. And of course, this is an evolution energy. It's like, you know, you are evolving from where you feel like you were at the beginning of the year, because we've got this vision of like the earth, okay, and seeing it from afar. And you know, then we've got all this earth card energy, like where you're grounding yourself and you're practical and focus on your plans, but it now feels like you can stand back and view it from afar because you've accomplished it. You've realized how far you've come, and now it feels like you're detaching from it in some way because it's complete. Okay, so whatever that is for you. Also, again, endings of contracts, or I would say here, finances. There could be some sort of credit card coming to an end, expiry date there. You may need to get a renewal, because this is a month of renewals as well. Service providers, you really just checking in with yourself as well to see if you're tethered to the right things. So I feel a disconnect. So you can come up for air in this month as well, probably because you're doing a lot of cerebral brainstorming in the month before. Now, it looks like things in October, especially since we've got Adventure South, and then we've got Beginnings East. Okay, this could be you tapping into your inner compass just to make sure you're on the right path, but Beginnings indicates a lot of new things going on, and the fact that the Death card clarified that, I would say this is the portal to opportunity, to more prosperity, more success. I feel like things are lit for you, the path is clear, and I feel like you are stepping up or upgrading your life in some way. New projects, new you. revamping. Some of you may even get ahead of yourself before your birthday season kind of really kicks in, even though it does kick in at the end of October there. A lot of you may revamp a look. So you may trial like a new hairstyle or a new color of your hair. You may actually decide to revamp your wardrobe in some way or do something new. Beginnings can indicate that there's a brand new you here, or you feel more energy. And of course, this is you being in a place for good fortune whenever you have this energy. This card is like, don't worry. There's a new dawn here. It's breaking, and it's breaking just for you. You're letting go of the old, you're embracing the new, you're in the flow, and you're flowing forward without heaviness or anxiety. So this is a path where you're being called to speak up with a clear voice and not resist change during this period, because the portal is being made available to you. A lot of you may also do more mindfulness and meditative practices during this time, but this is you leveling up. And also it's Empress energy with number 3, so nourishing yourself in a different way, checking in with your diet, exercise routines, but also it's about unconditional love for self. I would say a lot of you, this could also be like the birth of a child energy as well. It feels very much Fool card energy here with this. So I'm picking up a vibe that something could happen in around this period that literally changes your life. So it could be that, you know, you are, as I said, giving birth for some of you, or, you know, you find out that someone close to you is giving birth or having a child. For some of you, you may even decide to adopt a pet, or a pet may adopt you. There's definitely something going on in this month that changes your fortune, and I would say that this is a period not to resist this change because it is positive. Fool card, yeah. I mean, you got the Death card here for the month before, and you got the Fool card. These are not accidents. This, as I said, the Fool card is connected to like birthing or a child, but also is a sense of adventure. It gives you a new lease of life. You just feel lighter in your step. This is a very fun month for you. This is the beginning of so much potential. This is you being original and being free to explore. And we've got, you know, the Temperance energy. So this could be a period where new friendships, you know, you meet new people, you have an affinity with them, or you discover new lands. You know, I feel also this is about you looking at your roadmap of your plans and actually maybe even factoring something extra new in and around this month that perhaps you haven't even thought about at the beginning of the year. But great month for finances as well, because, you know, whenever you have trees in the cards, that indicates wealth. So there could be some generational wealth talk there as well. So you may get advice on generational wealth. For some of you, you may look at structures that are overseas that help you retain wealth there as well. But I feel this is an adventurous, exciting month with a lot of potential there. So if you're launching something new, new projects, new anything really, I feel it is success in motion. And I feel like you are trialing new things, adventurous during this period. And again, you're keeping an even keel with that. Be patient with yourself as well, because every new beginning, it always requires you to, you know, go easy on yourself. You know, again, I feel this is a togetherness. I did mention at the beginning of your reading, like if you're finding love in and around this period at the beginning there, I feel like you kind of solidify the relationship in the month of October there. Also, this could be a period where you're going overseas to get married for some of you, and family all come together. This could also be a period where family or people are coming to visit you or celebrate you if your birthday season is then. So happy birthday for that period. And of course, if my beautiful Scorpios find your birthday in the month of November, you know, happy birthday for them as well. But I feel November is a little bit more insular. This is like you're off grid, you're unreachable. I feel like you are recharging your batteries, and there's a dormancy here. It's like, okay, and relax. It's my season. Let's just hibernate a little bit. So it may be a little bit too peoply in the month before, but I feel like there's a little bit of a wind down of your energy. Also, I have to give it to you straight. Some of your plans may be on ice during this period. You know, this could be a period where there is little action happening, okay? Even though the horse is there, I feel this is about loyalty more than anything. I feel this is about you freezing out anyone who is not loyal to you, or anyone you cannot trust, of course, and making sure that you keep those that you care about really close to you. But it is number 33, which is a master number, which is very, very important there. And it indicates that your power comes from a pause in this period. You know, when you have this card, it indicates that the way forward is clear for you, okay? And you're seeing things, you know, very clearly there. You're stripping away in the month of November, and it gives you comfort to do that. And whatever is unnecessary, you're letting it go. You're freezing out what does not benefit you at this time, and you're looking at things so clearly, and you just find solutions as well there. Also, I feel like you're protected during this phase, and better sleeping opportunities as well. You may look into your health during this period regarding sleeping and find that there's been a vitamin deficiency, and you may actually get back on course with that, or a mineral deficiency there, or something related to water, and it just puts you back into your well-being. Also, I feel this is, you know, an energy of purifying. So this is a month to detoxify, believe it or not. So you may be actually saving yourself before there is excess in the month of December there, but it just feels like it's a quieter month for you, even though it's your birthday season. I mean, you may get some celebrations out of the way early as well. For some of you, you may take yourself away in order to like get some quiet time. That could be a vacation. For some of you, it may be in snow climates, I'm not sure. For some of you, there may even be some early snow going on there as well. But I feel this, it says purity ice. So I feel this is about your pure intentions. You have a pure heart, and I feel like you have that go-getting spirit. I mean, there's a horse there. So this can indicate that as you start to wind down the fire horse year, it can be that, you know, you're locking in plans, solidifying things, but also recognizing that this is a month that, you know, can drive you forward in a different way, a softer approach in some way. And I'm just going to clarify this card for you. I mean, I would say also financially, this is a month where you kind of like freeze your finances, make sure you don't spend, for example. Also, there may be some glitches or something that freezes, like computer software, things like that. So just save down any work that is necessary. I would also say for some of you, this could be, if you're like in a career there, you're freezing people out so that you can concentrate on something. And I would just be a little bit mindful, because when you lock in a new relationship, my beautiful Scorpio, you have a tendency to kind of like, you know, keep a person a little bit at arm's length at first, not to test them, but as a self-protective measure. And I do see that kind of coming to play. So just watch out for that, okay? Because this person, they really love you. And explain that sometimes you just need to take a step back, not because you're leaving them or that you're not wanting to be in the relationship. You just feel like you need time to kind of like, you know, acknowledge that you're surrendering to a love union, because when you're in, you're all in. So it's like locking down there. We've got the empowerment card and surrender. As I said, there's power in your pause during this month. So a lot of you could go traveling, and that's why you're like freezing out any communication. You're off grid in some way. I feel with the Hangman, that's surrendering to the fact that things are slowing down in this month there for you. So if you're trying to push ahead, you know, it could feel exhausting. It could drain your energy a lot more. But I see a lot of you traveling, maybe even getting a car during this period as well. I would also say be a little bit mindful, pause any travel if there are adverse weather conditions. I don't see anything negative there, but I feel it's important to, you know, be easygoing or pause any, you know, travel, wait until the conditions are better. This is a card which indicates advancement opportunities, but you may need to ruminate on anything before you advance. So I feel a lot of you, there is this energy of turning your life upside down, especially if you're doing something new. I would say this is a great month to lean into learning, into downloading new information, and really checking in with your gut instinct there. With the Chariot card, it indicates there's still success, there's still victory here, but it requires deeper thought, or it requires, you know, maybe new tools or new knowledge. So it could be a big study month there for you, or you experience some new information that has you withdrawing in order to really process it this month. And with that Chariot card energy, it means you're committed to something that perhaps you don't want any distractions on, and you have to be disciplined with yourself in order to conserve your energy. Because if you think about hibernation, it's to conserve energy during like times where there's lack of food, for example, for animals. So they conserve their energy. They store things up. They get ready. So I would say that, for example, I would say on a more modern type energy, this could be that, you know, during this period, you could witness some sort of power outage, or you could witness some sort of glitch in technology. And it's like, you'll have to wait it out, but make sure you're prepared. Okay, like a flash torch. It'll pass, of course, but I'm just saying that it's potential in this month there. Now, finally, you leave the year on a high with attraction, magnetism. So I feel like you've attracted a lot of opportunities towards you, but then you're making intentions for new. So you are completing a cycle and restarting there. You are the magnet. That's something that you're reminding yourself throughout the whole year. And this card, of course, is number 37. When you reduce it, 3 plus 7 is 10. So that is the close of a year. And recognizing that you're turning your back to the year, and you feel comfortable with that because you accomplished a lot, but you're so ready to move on and embrace new opportunities, new people, new experiences, and again, an evolution of you. This is you going forth and exploring. And I feel also that this is a great time for you to set new intentions, of course. And this is about you knowing your values and knowing that you are of value. Also knowing your needs so that you're more aware of what you are truly attracting in your life and what you do not want to attract. I feel you're kind of noticing now who or what you attract in your life, and you've been adjusting your vibration to make sure that it aligns with your intent so that you don't attract people who are negative or toxic or situations that waste your time. I also feel that energy perhaps may have been your nemesis in previous years, but I feel like you're working more naturally with your energy this year, and I feel that has put you in the flow of manifestation in a stronger way. It may have felt like you were moving against the tide in previous years, but this year it feels like everything is coming together and the energy is working with you. And, you know, Saturn's rings again. It just feels like you're starting with Saturn's rings, being structured, serious, disciplined, and you have a vision. And of course, this is about you having a vision as well. And a lot of you may actually return to a hobby or even a dream that you had as a child. You know, I feel like your dreams are very important. And there's something here like a childlike spirit, that sense of wonder, that you're open for more. You're the student of life, and you're just open to all the experiences. Remember, Scorpio, you came to this lifetime to experience, you know, the highs and lows of life, the dynamics, the secrets of life. People tend to tell you their secrets for a reason, because you can keep it, but also you do not judge. And we got the Tower, Revelation, and we've got Equilibrium. I feel a lot of you are realizing that comfort, it's nice, but it's not exciting. Okay, I also feel like if you've been feeling stuck in a rut, you are smashing through glass ceilings financially this year. I feel like you are completely revolutionizing your life. The Tower is a revolutionary card. It's a Scorpio Aries card, and this is a period of revamping your life. You know, so I feel this is about finding the balance between kind of like tearing it all down and restarting, or like building on something. I feel also you realize that you are a tower of power and that you are creating your life experience, and you're also adapting to all the extra experiences that are coming your way. Now, the Tower can indicate something shocks you in the month of December there, or surprises you, but also it can indicate that you look back on the year of 2026 and realize that actually you plot twisted a lot and came out of your comfort zone. You did not remain stuck in a rut. There were, you know, routines and repetitive cycles, but you consistently made sure that you jumped outside of that to keep things interesting, okay? Because the Tower is literally just, you know, some sort of transformation. It can be a demolition of your old life in some way in order to rebuild stronger, better. And also I feel the Tower is basically an indication that you don't want to get stuck in a rut, you know. So it's about, for some of you, you know, especially if you're tired, you may actually spend time in two places this year. But also this could be that, you know, you have strong relationships overseas. I would say also there could be some surprises in the work environment. This could be like a handshake of like congratulations. It could be that suddenly you're offered, you know, some sort of elevatory period, high-ranking position, more money. It could also be like a revelation that someone has been supporting you from behind the scenes. In terms of your personal development, though, I feel like Balance is the key to any change, to approach change with moderation. You know, when we are not in control of change, we get overwhelmed, anxious, but I feel this is about you taking it in a more measured approach and not allowing it to trigger high cortisol levels. You're keeping an eye on any stress levels there, and you're finding a way to get involved with nature or be calm whenever there is some radical change or something that feels out of your control, so that you don't allow it to affect your health. Now, in terms of finances, I would say this could be a month where you may overspend and there may be a shock bill on something, or perhaps you're going to purchase something because it feels like you gift to somebody, and it could be emotional spending there. But just be a little bit mindful, because the price may not be the price. So I would just double check your bank statements. You may go in paying something, and it could even be like a discounted price, but when you actually get home and look at your statement, it could be that in error someone charged you higher than you thought, and you'd have to go back and get that corrected. Okay. Also, I would say take a more measured pace in the month of December, because you know this is critical energy with the tower. I cannot ignore the fact that it is a tower. I just feel that there's more potential for a little bit of clumsiness during that period, so just be mindful. Also, there could be something that shocks the world. There could be an alliance between countries that gets fractured during this period, and it really surprises people, and then people are sitting up and questioning what is next regarding that. But also, I feel more than anything, you have a real acknowledgement of how far you've come, that you have completely reconstructed your life in a certain way where there is more balance, harmony, the roadmap is clear, and the universe sent opportunities for you to align. But also, I feel there is more to come. This is about you focus on your plans again and getting back into how you want to continue to grow and remain in your soul song there. Interesting that I stumbled on the word song and said soul strong. I actually feel that's you, my beautiful Scorpio. You are really strong in your energy, and I feel like you're taking things to the top. Sometimes it's lonely at the top, so I feel avoiding isolation this year is very important for you to get more involved and integrated in community, or lean into your support network. Yes, you may feel a lot that you're out there on a limb, but I would say that this is a period to kind of seek situations where you connect, okay? And also, I feel, because the Tower showed up there with that card, the Equilibrium card, which of course is a Temperance energy, there could be a surprise or a shock in a friendship or relationship which has to be rebuilt. And I also feel that some of you could have a surprise when it comes to a dream that you have. And towers are not negative. It just means surprise or restructure. So you could change a plan or evaluate in a different way, or trial something different that sees you come unstuck or break free from something that feels like a limitation. The Tower, I always see that as like blowing the lid off something. There could be some combustible energy during this period, so tensions may rise with people, especially if there's like family gatherings and things like that. But that is something that I feel like you will manage during that period. But I also feel that this could be you smashing through a glass ceiling financially, making more money than you've made in previous years, for example. My guys asked me to go one more, so I am. Okay, so it says rejection is for your protection, and that's kind of circled around March for you. I feel this is about, if anything is disappointing, remember it is protecting you to redirect you towards something greater. We can get disappointed, of course, but it means there's something else that's lined up for you that is way better to enhance your life. We've got explore the possibilities. I definitely see that you are very explorative this year, very exciting. Opportunities coming here, balance all dimensions of your life. I feel that's something that you're aspiring to achieve this year, and I feel like you will do that, okay, because of the cards that you leave on. You've been pushing yourself to exhaustion. Enjoy yourself between all your hard work. Life is for living. We came here as human beings. Yes, we came here to experience, but if you're always doing, it's not going to give you an opportunity to explore your world, to go traveling. The universe will find opportunities to send you resources to be able to do that as well, and spend more time with the people you care about. And finally, we've got you will be blessed with more than you can ever imagine. I really feel that this is your take back your life year, and I'm quite excited about all that is to come your way there. I do see a movement as in, you know, you moving to a different home, whether that's a second home or a first one, I'm not sure. I also see a lot of traveling there. I see a lot of ideas. I see a lot of new starts. I see a lot of elevation. I see good health there, a return to more grounded, earthy foods. Fox, you're being very clever, strategizing. A lot of you may overcome shyness as well this year. And we've got the garden, which is to basically explore. It's to get more in nature. It's to kind of like be on the path. You know, the fox is an energy of you seeing through any illusions or seeing through lies and really trusting your gut instinct. Also, it indicates that you thrive under challenging circumstances. You don't want to have to, but the world right now is presenting as very challenging economically and in terms of world events and all the rules and regulations. But you're clever. You will find a way around these things, and I feel like you will really thrive and elevate in this year ahead. And of course, we've got the garden, which is expansion. It's all about opportunity. It's also about society, getting involved, being more sociable. It's about being on the path and acknowledging a lot of growth along the way, both financial and in terms of body, mind, and soul. So I feel like you are well on your way to accomplishing your dreams. You're focused on your sense of purpose, and there is a lot going on this year, and I feel like you do a great job of getting to where you want to go. So finally, we have a beautiful pink flamingo. Now this could be a logo that you will see during moments of success, but also, you know, the pink flamingo tends to stand on one foot, so it's all about balance this year. But also, I would say that this is about being more flamboyant, okay? Taking up more space, connecting to more exciting like opportunities or more flashes of color or kind of vitality in your life. I feel this is about, you know, you owning the moment and recognizing that you're a winner already. You came to this lifetime a winner already, and now it's about being seen. It's about being appreciated, celebrated, and of course, you know, perhaps doing something that you already do on like two legs, as it were, and then like it's on one. It's like you're like, you could do it in a different way, an extraordinary way, where you're still remaining balanced. You're still so good at what you do, whatever that is. And I also feel, I mean, this pink flamingo looks like it's in motion. You know, that leg, the second leg, I hope you can see that. It looks like it's about to move forward. So I feel like you're literally putting your best foot forward this year. And some of you, I don't know why, I just got Rio come in. So some of you may actually travel to Rio. I'm not sure, but that's something there as well. So I'll leave that there. That was a monumental read, my beautiful Scorpio. I hope there is something in there that helps. Thank you so much, and love and light.